Emily thought her weekend would be quiet and ordinary, but during a simple walk by the sea, she discovered a forgotten letter, a message of love, hope, and mystery. She didn't know it yet, but this letter would change her life forever. Emily thought her weekend would be simple, just a cup of tea, a book, and a quiet walk by the sea. But she had no idea she would stumble upon a story from the past. It all began on a Saturday morning. Emily woke up at 8 a.m. in her small house by the harbor. The sun slipped through the curtains, and seagulls cried outside. She made breakfast, toast, jam, and tea, while watching fishing boats bob in the water. Her seaside town was simple, but full of peace. After breakfast, she packed her journal and pen. Emily loved writing down her thoughts and dreams. With her bag on her shoulder, she stepped outside. Her walk took her past the bakery, where the smell of fresh bread filled the air. She waved to the old man at the flower stand. By the time she reached the lighthouse, the sea was alive. Waves crashed against rocks, children laughed on the shore, and fishermen shouted across the pier. That was when she noticed something unusual. Half buried in the sand was an envelope, its paper yellow with age. She bent down and picked it up. On the front, in faded ink, were the words, "To Lily, with love." Emily's heart skipped. She carefully opened the envelope and found a letter in beautiful handwriting. It read, "My dearest Lily, even if distance keeps us apart, my heart is always with you. Wait for me by the lighthouse when the spring comes. Yours forever, Thomas." Emily read the letter again and again. It felt like stepping into someone else's life, a life full of love, hope, and waiting. She whispered, "Who were they? Did Lily wait? Did Thomas ever return?" Later that day, Emily went to her favorite cafe. She showed the letter to her friend Daniel, the owner. His face grew serious as he read it. "I've heard stories about Lily," Daniel said. "She waited by the lighthouse every spring, watching the horizon for years. No one knows what happened to Thomas. Some say he was lost at sea, others that he never came back from the war." Emily felt a chill. The thought of waiting a lifetime for love touched her deeply. That evening, she lit a candle at her desk. She pressed the letter into her journal and wrote beside it, "A love story without an ending." For hours, she thought of Lily and Thomas, imagining their faces, their voices, their promises. Their story had become a part of her own. On Sunday morning, Emily returned to the lighthouse. The sky was gray, the wind strong, but she wanted to stand where Lily once stood. She closed her eyes and listened to the waves. For a moment, she felt Lily's spirit beside her. She whispered, "I hope you found each other." She placed a wildflower on the rocks by the shore, a simple offering for a love that had lasted in words, even if time took everything else. That evening, Emily opened her journal again. She wrote about her weekend, her breakfast, her walk, the cafe, and above all, the letter. She realized weekends aren't only about fun or plans. Sometimes they are about discoveries that remind us what truly matters. As she drifted off to sleep, Emily thought, maybe the most unforgettable stories aren't the ones we live ourselves, but the ones we stumble upon when we least expect them.